Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for June 2026. It is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else. And please check your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. Tapping into the Taurus collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Taurus need to know for June 2026? What does Taurus need to know? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, my dear, we have the Page of Swords. In the top row, we have the Nine of Wands, we have the Four of Swords, and we have the Two of Swords. Flanking the Page of Swords is the Seven of Pentacles, the Hierophant, that's you, the Chariot, the Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Sneak peek now into July. Can't believe I'm saying July. King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm going to have to take this as well. Queen of Pentacles here as well. That leaves the Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords, King of Swords, Seven of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's clarify this now. We're using the After Tarot deck. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are a bit different. I'm going to give that another shuffle there for you, Taurus. As I was saying, if you're not familiar with this deck, the images are a bit different. It does alter the meaning of the cards, but we'll go through them as necessary in your reading today. For Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements for June 2026, we are clarifying Nine of Wands, Four of Swords, Two of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Hierophant, the Chariot, Eight of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Two of Swords. The Four of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Wands. The Two of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Wands. The Page of Swords is clarified by the King of Wands. The Hierophant is clarified by the Eight of Swords. The Chariot is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Cups. Again, we're going to sneak peek now into July. Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. That leaves the Nine of Cups, Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords, Three of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. Obviously, we will clarify all of this. But I see you here. This is your energy now for June 2026. You are embodying the energy of the King of Wands. For me, queens exist in the present because they process the past, and kings take action. It's not hierarchical. It's not masculine versus feminine. It's just the way I see a card suit. So there's something here where you're like, I need to take action on this. But before I take action on it, I need to obtain some more information. So I feel like you are gleaning. That's the feeling I get here. Like I need to obtain as much information as I can about this decision that I want to make. So I feel like it's a pretty important decision here for you. In the top row, we have the Nine of Wands to the Two of Swords, the Four of Swords to the Ten of Wands, and the Two of Swords to the Seven of Pentacles. So this is regarding a situation, environment, or connection that you have invested a lot of yourself into. I feel there's either a lot of time you have invested in this, for some of you, a lot of talent, it could be a lot of money, it could be a lot of love. But there's an investment at the heart of it. Again, whether it's situation, environment, or connection. And you seem to be of the, I don't know, you seem to be of the thinking here of, I have endured this for a long time. And that Nine of Wands to the Two of Swords. And I'm just not sure I want to continue enduring this. Nine of Wands to the Two of Swords. You are making a decision here in the month of June when it comes to this quite burdensome situation, environment, or connection. Flanking the King of Wands to the Page of Swords is the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Wands. This was that Two of Swords to the Seven of Pentacles. Like, I don't know what to do about this. I've been in this for so long, or I've invested so much into it. I don't know if I just want to walk away or not. It's becoming increasingly difficult for me to maintain whatever this is. But then we see you receiving some type of communication or information. Again, it appears here to be like whatever you're gleaning, the information that you're able to like acquire or accrue enables you to like set yourself free from whatever this is. And I'm not sure if you're physically doing it or if it's just like in the mind state. And we're going to clarify more of this. So Chariot to Knight of Pentacles is like, now I need to create a plan to move on from this. So I think what you're deciding is you don't want this. Whatever this is, you don't want this anymore. But being practical Taurus, you're not going to just abruptly leave it. You want to create a plan. And your plan here is 8 of Cups to the 5 of Pentacles. If I walk away from this, again, we'll just call it an investment. I want to make sure I don't lose my shirt on it. So again, situation, environment, or connection. I'm not going to abruptly quit the job. I'm not going to abruptly sink my, maybe investment portfolio. I'm not going to abruptly leave the marriage. There's something like that here. Like I need to make sure that if I walk away from this, I walk away from this intact, particularly financially intact, because in the After Tarot deck, the 5 of Pentacles, the individual is coming out of being in a state of lack. They have a big old sack of pentacles. So it's like, if I'm going to walk away from this, I need to do it in a way that it is like financially, it keeps me financially solvent, or it's financially smart. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups. Once you have that plan in place, which I do think you're putting together, then you seem to now be on the path towards something new. You may have someone here not fully agreeing with you on this, but I see you pushing back on them in July, because you seem to be of the energy of like, I've given this considerable thought. This is what I'm doing, and this is how I'm going to do it. That's why you're in that King of Wands energy. All right, let's begin to clarify. 9 of Wands. Clarify that 9 of Wands for me. Clarify the 9 of Wands. And I'm not going to clarify the 10 of Wands, and I'll explain to you why. Because in the 9 of Wands, in your deck, there are 8 wands behind you. You're holding the Ace of Wands. And this is I haven't given up on this yet, but it's becoming increasingly exhausting for me to maintain it, right? That's why a decision here needs to be made. In the After Tarot deck, the 10 of Wands, the person's holding the Ace of Wands, the 9 wands are dropped. And that's why I feel like after a considerable amount of thought in that 4 of Swords, like a lot of thinking, a lot of deep meditation, really doing some introspection here, some soul searching, is when you're deciding like, I'm giving up on this. But again, I don't feel like you're abruptly doing it. Clarify that 9 of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. Let's see, what is so difficult here for you? 2 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. 2 cards came out. The 3 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. This investment, will it really yield for me like the return that I want? If I continue to stay at this job, does it really take me down the career path that I want? If I continue to stay in this connection, will I really find the happiness that I'm desiring? Can this really go the distance? That's the feeling here. Because I put so much of myself into this and it's still not where I need it to be or want it to be, would further investment get me to that, return that I'm desiring? 3 of Swords. I think what you're determining here is it won't. I think you're being honest with yourself here. 2 of Swords. In the deck I use for you, the individual needs to make a decision. In the After Tarot deck, the decision has been made. So tell me more about the decision here for Taurus. It fell face down. I usually don't take face down cards, but we'll take a look at it and put it back in the deck. 8 of Pentacles. So we'll see if that wants to show itself. Clarify the 2 of Swords here in the After Tarot deck. One more shuffle. Thank you. The 2 of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles. That's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. Judgment. So your decision here is like absolute. I've gone within. Again, I've done all of that soul searching. This is my decision. 9 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Cups. Your decision here seems to be, I'm the only one putting a lot into this. I have a lot invested in this. And it just has not yielded the results that I want. Let's clarify that 2 of Swords over here. Clarify the 2 of Swords here in Taurus's deck, please. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The 2 of Swords is clarified by Temperance, Page of Wands, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Swords. So I feel like this is where, again, in that same 2 of Swords energy there, It's like, if I keep investing in the situation, environment, or connection, will it really yield the results that I want here? Clarify that Seven of Pentacles here, because I think you have an idea of what this should be, right? In that Magician card there, you have an idea of what this should, I should say past tense. Thank you for correcting me, Spirit. You have an idea of what this should have been. And if I keep investing in this, will it eventually get there, is the feeling. Because so far it hasn't. It hasn't yielded the results that you've been hoping for and you've been working so diligently to obtain. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Wands, the Star card, and the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So the feeling here seems to be, and for some of you, this could be like an investment property or a home that you live in. You could be giving considerable thought to like uprooting, moving away from the community, selling your home, maybe even purchasing a home, leaving a residence. For others of you, this is something that is structured and solid and stable to some degree in your life. It could be a marriage, a long-term committed partnership. It certainly could be a job, maybe even the industry that you're in. You might be thinking of like hopping industries altogether. But the feeling here seems to be, I've put in all of this effort and now Three of Wands, I'm just continually waiting and wait. And how much longer do I have to wait for this dream or wish or goal of mine to materialize? Because I've put in all of this, for some of you up to 7 years, and it just hasn't yielded the results. So there's a little bit of a frustration here. And I'm not going to call you stubborn. I will call you dedicated. So the goal here in that manifestation energy, it's like up until now, you haven't even wanted to consider giving up on it. But this is the month where you start to consider, maybe it's time for me to cash those chips in. And I think that's the information that you're trying to glean. Seven of Pentacles. It looks like whatever information you've been needing to make the decision comes in for you. So clarify that Seven of Pentacles. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Pentacles is clarified by Eight of Swords. Interesting. That's what we have you here freeing yourself from. The Tower and the Nine of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Cups. Clarify that Eight of Wands. Clarify the Eight of Wands. Clarify the Eight of Wands here, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Wands is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the Moon card. There's some type of information, communication that comes to you. For some of you, you'll actually like be receiving this information, communication. For others of you, this is sort of like downloads. Like while you're sitting there ruminating, thinking about it, because we have two Four of Swords cards here, it's almost like you start putting all of the pieces, if you will, together. It's like you're going back to the beginning here in your mind. That's what it seems like. Like when I first started on this, whatever, this job, this relationship, this investment property, this project, this investment portfolio, you're going back to the beginning and you're realizing if this was supposed to happen by now, it would have happened. It's not my Nine of Cups, and you're realizing it may never be my Nine of Cups. The feeling here seems to be like, again, for me, Queens exist in the present because they process the past, and Kings take action. And I have you here in the Queen of Wands sort of doing like a review of whatever this is. And you're like, I remember when I started off with this, and you're giving considerable thought. And the realization here is, I'm not sure this was ever going to go the distance. Wow. Page of Swords. Clarify the Page of Swords here. Clarify the information. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the High Priestess. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords. The feeling here seems to be, maybe I've been wrong all along. Maybe this was just like a bad job to get into, or a bad decision that I made, or maybe I feel because you're going back to the beginning. It's like, I shouldn't have even started dating this person. Or I should have never married this person. I should have never have. When that offer and opportunity came to me, there's this realization of, I should have known better. I should have known better. King of Wands. There might be a little anger here brewing. I just felt it. Tell me about that, King of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Wands, clarified by the King of Swords, Justice, and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. There's a little anger here. There's a little anger here that I invested myself or my time or my talent or my money, etc., into a situation, environment, or connection. And it was supposed to yield this result. And I feel like I've lost a lot of time or a lot of money on this. This is not just. This is not fair. And if I could go back to the beginning, I would have done things differently. Or if I could go back in time, I would have done things differently. Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant energy here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hierophant is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. 2 cards came out. 7 of Swords and 10 of Swords. Wow. Taurus. Justice at the bottom of the deck. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have done this. But now I'm going to make sure I don't continue doing this. Clarify the 8 of Swords. I need to get free of this. I need to release this house. It's a money pit. You know what I mean? I have to change up my portfolio because it's not, I'm just going to lose more money on this. You know, this relationship is not where it's supposed to be. Either the commitment's not there, or maybe with that 7 of Swords, someone stepped out of the commitment. There's just something here that you're like, if I could go back in time, if I could rewind that Wheel of Fortune, I would have never did this, or I would have never did this again. But now that I know what I know, I'm not going to continue doing this. This now ends on my terms. Oh, Taurus. Taurus. I don't, well, yeah, with the bull, that's what you get. One more shuffle. Thank you. I'm not cross-watcher friendly. The 8 of Swords is clarified by the 5 of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Death card, bottom of the deck, Strength. I'm better off elsewhere. I'm better off elsewhere. I'll find what I want elsewhere. I will find another job. I will find another investment. I'll make money elsewhere. I'll find someone else. I don't need to stay in this anymore. I'm done, and I'm not coming back this time. This time when I leave, when I give up on this, I'm not coming back to this. If I uproot and leave this community, I'm not coming back here. If I leave this job, I'm never going to come back here again. If I divorce this person or I get those wheels in motion, I'm never going back again. Chariot to Knight of Pentacles, but I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to find another job or another place where to put my money, or I'm going to make sure that I sell this house and get the most out of it that I can. I'm going to be smart about this divorce. I'm not losing my shirt on this. I've lost enough. So now I'm going to be very methodical, very tactical now in how I exit this. You're absolute on this decision. I always say, please do not allow tarot to dictate what you do, okay? But I'm just, if this is either your reading or it's not. If leading up to June, everything is rosy and you're happy with everything, and you're like, nope, all my investments are A+, and my relationships are great, and then it just isn't your reading. But if you're sitting here watching this and you're like, oh yeah, I've had a problem with him or her or this or that or this investment or my community, this is your reading. It looks like in June. I don't know exactly what you find now. I'm going to try to dig a little deeper here for you because, you know, I've been seeing, typically I see the Tower card as a little bit of Pluto and a little bit of Aries. Let me correct that. A little bit of Pluto and a little bit of Mars. So it's a little scorpionic to Aries energy. It's a fire, right? It's a flashbang. It's a death. It's an ending. It's something crumbling. But lately I've been seeing it as Uranus. And Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. Uranus just moved into Gemini. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, which is Gemini's ruler. So yes, for some of you, that is like communication or information you obtain. Remember, you were gleaning there, King of Wands to the Page of Swords. But for others of you, it's just like this eureka moment within yourself, this like profound realization, revelation that this is not working. But I'm going to clarify it a little bit more there for you. Chariot to the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to get out of this as quick as I can, but as smart as I can. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Chariot, clarified by the Two of Wands. I'm going to carefully plan Four of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. I'm not losing my shirt on this Death card. This is over, but I'm not losing my shirt on this. Knight of Pentacles. If this is a divorce, some of you are speaking to an attorney here. Because Justice to the King of Pentacles. When I used to do the private readings, I wish I could still do them, but I don't have the time or energy anymore to do them. Just because I'm doing like 48 plus readings for the collective every week now. But for some of you, you're inquiring with an attorney here or an accountant. Something legal there is going on. And it could even be like you're meeting up with a realtor. Again, if this is property you're selling, or maybe your accountant, if this has something to do with your financials, like your financial portfolio. It could be even a headhunter if you're looking for another hierophant, you're looking for another job. Clarify that. For most of you, you're going to be, you're doing this in concert with someone else. Like someone is helping you to extract yourself from this. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. So let me tell you these cards. The King of Cups is dumping out the cup. You're not interested in pouring any more of yourself into this. The Five of Wands, I don't want to hear it. Like if anyone were to say to you, because in the After Tarot deck, the Five of Wands, no one's fighting. You have no internal reservations within you about this. And no one's going to talk you out of leaving the job or the relationship or anything like that. It's just like, nope, I don't want it. It's being poured out, but I'm going to be smart about it. Classic Taurus. Eight of Cups. Okay. I'm just going to take the cards that fell face up here, Taurus. The Eight of Cups. Four of Wands. That Four of Wands, after a lot of introspection, Nine of Pentacles, you're becoming single, free, and independent of it. That's the plan. I'm no longer emotionally invested in this. Like, I'm done with this. Bottom of that, King of Wands. And that, my dear, is your energy there. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Five of Pentacles, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. After all the work I put in, there's that introspection. The Hermit came up twice for you. Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to walk away with as much as I can. If this is a job, this is you going over like the fine details of like the employment agreement or the employment contract. You're going to make sure you get paid for every sick day you didn't take, every vacation they didn't owe you. If you have a 401k or an investment portfolio, you're collecting all of the data. You're like, I want to make sure I leave with everything. And I also want to make sure if I go to another job, because you're not going to abruptly quit this job until you find the next job. I can tell you that much. I know I've known many a Taurus in my life, and I don't think I've ever known a Taurus that just abruptly quit a job and didn't have another one lined up. So if this is work related, you're lining up the next job, but you're also dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's to make sure everything that this place owes you, you're getting. If this is you going through a divorce, Taurus, you're going through every asset that the two of you own, and you're figuring out its worth and what's yours and what's theirs, but you're not doing this in concert with them. And two Hermit cards here. Oh no, this is you all by yourself here. I bought this, I paid for this down payment was mine. You know, I own that car, blah, like that's what you're doing. I'm going to make sure that I walk away with everything that is owed to me. It could be for some of you, the Hierophant is like a community group or a political group or a religious organization you've been affiliated with that now suddenly you feel like I'm no longer aligned to this. But the same thing, you're going through everything to make sure they don't owe you anything. You know, do I have any items there that I've donated to them that you want back? This seems to be an inventory of everything that you have spent on this. And if this is like a property, whether it's your primary residence or, you know, maybe a secondary investment, this is you calculating how much money you've put into it, because you want to make sure when you sell it, you at least break even or close to. You're not going to give it away for free. Knight of Pentacles. Once the plan is created, you move right into it. There's no hesitation here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles, clarified by Ten of Cups, shows itself again. Hangman and Judgment. There's no hesitation here. I'm not waiting anymore. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That is the truth. I heard I want my pound of flesh. Ace of Wands, Justice, the Three of Swords, and the Empress here. That's your energy. Ten of Cups. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. We'll take it. They all fell face up. We have the moon there at the bottom of the deck. Ten of Cups. the Chariot, the Six of Cups, Temperance, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Taurus, you are without a doubt leaving behind the situation, environment, connection, investment, property, whatever this is, and you're moving towards something new. And you're excited now. You're excited now to move towards the new. Let's clarify July here a little bit for you. Clarify July. I'll tell you, if you put a house up for sale in June, it looks like you have an offer in July. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, and you're getting almost top dollar for this. If you own that house in concert with someone else, they might not want you to sell it, but you're very firm here. You're not going to stop me. You're not. This is what we're doing. Like, if we're getting a divorce, you don't have to buy me out. I'm not buying you out. We're selling the house, and that's it. Let's get you some clarifications here for July. One more shuffle. Thank you. July. Five of Wands. There's that conflict. The Death card. And the Six of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. That person that you're leaving behind. This, and again, I'll use work as the example. You sit down and say, you owe me all of this. They're going to be like, no, 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 no. We don't carry over vacation days, or we don't do. They seem to be wanting to like barter with you. And you're like, no, no, no. I have it all right here. Leave it to Taurus. No, 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 no. Maybe that's the employment agreement you have with the new people, but that's not the employment agreement you had with me when I took this job or this position. If this is a marital partner and you're like, this is how we're dividing the assets, and they're like, oh no, no, we're not. We're like, oh yes, we are. I have all of the documents right here. I have all of the proof right here, right here. See, here it is. I've never seen you like this before. If you're like buying and selling a home and they're trying to like, oh, well, you know, the market value is blah, 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 blah. And you're like, nope, here are all the receipts. This is what I bought it for. This is what I invested in it. This is what I want. It's like not giving them a choice. You're not giving whoever this is a choice. Clarify this further. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Fool. The Fool, the World card, Taurus, and the Eight of Cups. This is closing out. I'm leaving this because I'm no longer investing in this because you didn't give me what you were supposed to give me. The job, the raise, the promotion, the investment didn't yield, you know, the money here. This could be like an investment property. Your person doesn't want you to sell it. And you're like, too bad. This is what I've put into it and I'm selling it. I don't care if you don't want to sell it. I'm selling it. If this is a divorce, heaven help the other person. You have receipts a mile long here. Four of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Seven of Cups. Whatever this is that you have been holding on to, you are more than ready to let it go. And the After Tower deck, the Four of Pentacles is met with Scorpionic energy. So that's the third time we have seen the Death card here. We have another Tower. And then in the After Tower deck, the Seven of Cups, the person's leaving the Six Cups on the shelf and grabbing the Ace of Cups. And you, let me tell you, you don't even feel heartbroken over doing this. You're so pissed off here in June that after, like, upon review or some new information you get, you're just like, oh no, no, we're not doing this again. Okay, I just saw the Seven of Cups. Let's get one card for those of you where this is work related. One card if this is work related. One more shuffle. Thank you. Work related. King of Swords. Seven of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. One card here for work related. Clarify that, King of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Moon, bottom of the deck, the Emperor. If this is work related, you feel like they have not been fair. They have been in the process, and this could be you finding out that they were going to eliminate your position or downsize your department, or you weren't going to get that raise or promotion that they were promising you. Everything was fantasy land here. Seven of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles. That might be enough to push you over the edge, Taurus, and be like, oh no, I'm not staying here another minute. I'm going to figure out what these people owe me, and I'm finding another job. And again, I see you in July, then you are finding that other job. And when they push back on you for leaving or the way you're leaving, oh no, you're throwing it right back at them. Let's get one card for those of you, if this is like an investment portfolio or an investment property, or even your residential home that you want to sell. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Any type of investment. Ace of Swords, bottom of the deck, the Devil. It is a money pit and you don't want it anymore. You either don't want the home because it's tied to marital partnership that is disintegrating, that is being dissolved, and you're like, I'm not keeping the home and I'm not giving you a penny for the home. We're selling it, whatever's left, we're splitting 50-50 or whatever your calculation here is. And that's all there is to it. And if it's an investment property, you see it as like it's an albatross. It's a money pit here for you. Devil, Four of Cups, it just has not yielded the investment. And you're very clear-minded, like this has to go, or I'm cashing in the, investment portfolio, or I'm rolling it over into something else. One more shuffle. Thank you. This is further Ace of Swords, today's Swords. If this is any type of investment property, your property portfolio, something like that, where you put a lot of money into, you're done with it. You don't want your money tied up in this anymore. It's not yielding the result that you had hoped. If this is a long-term committed partnership or a marriage, one card here. If this is a long-term committed partnership or a marriage, one more shuffle. Thank you. We have the King of Wands. There you are. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. It's possible you have someone else and that's why you're leaving your partner, or your partner has someone else and that's why you're leaving them. Clarify the King of Wands, and that might explain why you're so angry. It's possible for you this person cheated on you in the past, and now you find out that they're doing it again, either with that person or with someone new. And it's like last straw for you. One more shuffle. Thank you. King of Wands, clarify. Lovers to the Lovers. Can you believe that? Six of Swords. You're done with this person. You've given them one too many chances. For some of you, 1, 2, 3, 4 chances. You're done. You're not going to play me for a fool anymore. Let's get you some advice. We'll close it off with oracle cards and kippers. I've never seen you like this before. And again, I think it's because you invested so much of yourself into this. Now you just feel like you've been taken for a ride. 3 cards of advice here for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice. 2 of Swords, that decision you have to make. 10 of Cups, follow your happiness. Death card, it's not here and you know it. World card. You're done. You're chasing your happiness and you're tired of living. I just heard you're tired of living a lie. Let's get you some oracle cards. I got to say, I'm proud of you for doing this. I've been reading for you for 26 months now, and I've been waiting for you to stand firm in your authenticity and realize that you were giving so much of your beautiful time, talent, dedication, love, money, etc., into something that was bleeding you dry emotionally or financially, possibly both, and at the very least taking full advantage of your kindness and your loyalty. So if this is your reading, congratulations, you found your backbone. One more shuffle. Thank you. And your self-worth. Embrace your truth. Balance. Rooted in grace. Bottom of the deck. Own your path. On a new path now, Taurus. Let's get 3 more cards. I'll read these to you in a second. 3 more cards, please, for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. I'm going to throw this out there for one of you. It could be that this is an ex. This might be someone that you already separated from legally or through divorce. Maybe you had a kid with them. Maybe you didn't. And they've been milking you this whole time for money for the kid, for them, this, that. And this is the month where you're like, no more taking advantage of me. Here's a list of receipts of all the money I've given you, all the times I've helped you. Like there could be something like that. It's maybe for one of you watching, but you're done with the ex holding over your head something you did, or the failure of the connection, or maybe even a shared child or children. So if that's your story, you're done with the ex. They're not getting another dime out of you again after this. You have a Mossy Glen, you have Dancing Flames, and you have Mystic Mirror. Bottom of the deck, you have Ancient Drum. Embrace your truth. Embrace the truth. Accept your true self, loving yourself and others unconditionally. I think you're loving yourself here, Taurus. Balance. Achieve harmony within yourself, creating stability in all areas of your life. That's what you're doing, because something here was not fair, not just. Someone's been taking advantage of you, and you're finally realizing it. Rooted in grace. You are facing life's challenges with grace, maintaining inner stability and calm amidst the change. Remember I said to you, looking over there, like you're not even crying. You're angry. And maybe the crying will set in afterwards. I know, I've been there. But this seems to be more of anger over someone who's taken total advantage of your good nature. Mossy Glen, find comfort in nature. It nurtures your spirit. So for some of you, being out in nature or maybe even taking a bit of a retreat once this all wraps up, like a little vacation or something might be beneficial for you. Dancing flames, celebrate your passion, let your enthusiasm shine. I don't think this person realized that you were going to torch down the whole forest over what they did, figuratively speaking, of course, but I think that's what you're doing. This person, something here is happening. It triggers a flame within you. And then we have mystic mirror. Self-reflection brings insight. Look within. I think you've known this all along. I think you just haven't wanted to see it about the situation, environment, or connection, but I think now you see it. Own your path. You're on a new journey now. New chapter is developing here for you. Take responsibility for your journey, making choices that now align with your true self and your true purpose. That's what you're doing. Ancient drum. Feel the heartbeat of the earth, connect with its rhythm. Again, maybe going away for a little bit, some type of retreat or something like that, or just like getting away, like you're going camping. I just feel like getting out of the area or getting out into nature may be beneficial for a lot of you. Let's close it out here with some kippers. If this is actually a divorce and there was like affairs and cheating, you could find out that this person was like spending money or resources that was like shared between the two of you on the other person. That might be enough to just for you to go, wait, what did you do? Like that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back here, especially if you're the sole provider or the main provider. Let's get 2 cards here for that top row. We have child. So remember I was saying for some of you, it's an ex, they like hold children over you. For others of you, you have nurtured this like it was a child. Those are your thoughts. You're thinking about it. So for some of you, you're linked to this person via child. For others of you, it's something else that you've nurtured, you know, in that child card. It's very much Empress energy. You were trying to give birth or give life to the situation, environment, or connection. And you're thinking about, it should have grown up by now, right? It should be yielding the result by now. It should be 18 by now. Ironically, the child card is card 18. Like this should have materialized by now. 2 cards here for that middle row, false person. And that's what you're realizing. This is either I'm not being true to myself if I continue to invest in this or I continue to go to this job, or you're realizing that the ex is a false person. They've been using you this whole time, or the boss is false. Remember what I was saying? Like you realize you're not getting the raise or you're not getting the promotion. Like something here has been a lie, or they were going to downsize you or eliminate your position. For others of you, this is your romantic partner. And again, you'll know by now when you see this reading. I'm doing this the last week of May. I think I'm releasing your reading tomorrow. I'm recording this on the 24th, but I'll release it on the 25th. You already know if this is like someone you are romantically involved in. Okay, your spidey senses are already up. And this is you realizing this person is a false person. Wealthy man is in the reverse. This did not yield the result that you wanted. Situation, environment, or connection. We then have mature woman. And this card came out on the side. Despair. Bottom of the deck, occupation. I think there is a part of you that feels bad that this didn't work out after all the work you put into it. There's also a part of you like there's a feeling here of like, I can't wait also for this to be over. Like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. Occupation, unexpected income. Privileged lady, I got to take gift as well here. I do see you becoming 9 of Pentacles, single, free, and independent. In time over this, unexpected income. There's something here that whoever this is, like you're going to sell the property, you're going to make more money than you thought you would. You know, you're going to leave this job, but they're giving you severance or they're giving you what they owed you. If you're leaving this person, there's some unexpected income that you're getting. They might tell you to sell the house and keep the money, or they might have to pay you alimony. There's something like that. For others of you, this person, if this is an ex and they've been using a child or something like that to get money from you, they always expected it. And what they're not expecting is that they're not receiving that anymore. That is what I have for you, Taurus, for June 2026. Quite the powerful reading. And you know, if this took place 8 or 9 years ago, you wouldn't have made this decision. This is after 7 or 8 years of Uranus being in your sign and squeezing the hell out of you through some of the most difficult and challenging life situations. And now you have a backbone. And whoever this is, my prayers are with them, because you're about to show them how strong you really are. That is what I have for you, Taurus. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And as always, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.